Hey, how are you?
I'm good. What about you?
Good, thanks. I'm Ayana. What's your name?
My name is Upasana.
Upasana. Nice to meet you.
I'm from India, and where are you from?
I live in the Czech Republic, but I'm
Okay.
not from here.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not from anywhere really. I'm American by birth, but I grew up in Africa. Now I live in Europe, so
so why do you live here? Why don't you live in your native place?
well, I don't like my native place, but I currently live in the Czech Republic because, well, my family lives here, my parents and my brothers, and I was going to university in the capital city, and it was nice to be close to home. And then I actually moved home. They live in a little village 2 hours south, and I've been living with them, during coronavirus and stuff. So
Yes.
that's
So
why
how's
I'm
the
here.
condition of coronavirus in your place?
Sorry?
How's the condition of coronavirus in your place? How many cases are
Oh. We've been having around 1,400 cases every day, which is quite high. In fact, very high compared to how it was at the beginning. We were like under strict lockdown for 3 months back in March, and around that time we only had 300 cases in a day, but everyone was freaking out. And then the cases went like really low and like under 20, under 10, and so then there was no lockdown anymore, and we had a very normal summer. We traveled, and then now it's like gone way, way up. So,
So how was your life before coronavirus? And what are the things that have changed right now because of coronavirus?
huh. Well, actually, I had already come home. I was taking some time off school. So it was kind of perfect. I was already here and I was with my family, so not much changed, but I did have plans to go to LA for music. I'm a singer. And so those
Okay.
plans got, yeah, those plans
Okay.
got canceled.
So, what
So
you sing songs in English or in any other language?
just English.
English.
Yeah.
So, would you like to sing here for me?
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there is something going down, like the storm in the sky. Ooh, I ain't gonna be played by your behavior. I cannot trust someone who's lying to me. So bow down now. I said, bow, I said, take your bags and go, 'cause you're not for me, no.
Wow, wonderful. It was really wonderful. I must say that you are just a wonderful singer.
Thank you. Do you
Sometimes
like music?
yes, I like, and sometimes I listen to English songs as well. I
Oh,
most of the time I listen to Taylor Swift. Have you heard her name?
of course. I don't like her very much, though.
Because I'm not aware about so many singers. So earlier I used to listen to Selena Gomez, and as of now, these days I'm listening to Taylor Swift. Can you
Okay.
give me some good singers' name as well, so that I can listen to some good music?
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you like to listen to pop and country, because that's what Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez are. I don't really listen to those genres. I mostly listen to R&B and hip hop.
Okay,
So I don't know if that's something you'd be interested in.
that's true. It's all about the different. We all have different taste in music.
Yeah, we do.
So you learned singing, or it's by birth? You're singing.
Oh yeah, I've been singing since I was 2.
Wow, that's great. So do you play any musical instrument too?
No, unfortunately not. I tried piano and guitar, but just didn't click for whatever reason. So,
Okay, so it's good to
yeah.
see that you are following your passion. And do you perform as
Yeah.
well?
Oh, wait, sorry?
So do you perform as well? Like, as you are a good singer, so do you go to perform somewhere?
Yeah, yeah. I've done many performances. Not any recently, but over the years, yes, I've done some. But for now, I'm actually working on my first big project in terms of like releasing my own original music because I write my own songs as well.
Wow.
So yeah, I have a team, I have a manager and stuff, and we're working on perfecting a song and an EP to release to the public. We're hoping it's going to be successful. So yeah,
It
we've
will
been
be
working on
amazing.
that for a while.
So, how many languages do you know?
I can speak little bits of different languages, but only English fluently. I lived in Kenya, so I know a little bit of Swahili, and I speak a little French, but that's about it. Yeah.
Are you interested in learning languages?
I, yes, I do like the concept of learning a language, but every time I try to actually learn a language, it's just like it's so hard for me. So
Really?
I tried to learn French. I mean, I had French classes in school for like 4 years, didn't stick, and then I tried to learn it on my own, still didn't stick. So I've accepted maybe I just can't. But
So,
I'm trying
what?
to learn Spanish right now because I'm moving to Spain next year, so we'll see.
Okay, you are going to Spain. Okay, so what do you think? What's the most difficult thing about learning a language as you are trying to learn new languages these days?
Oof. The most difficult thing, I think, the most difficult thing is actually being able to speak the things that you learn, like say them out loud, construct a sentence in your head. I mean, because on Duolingo, which is what I've been using, I mean, you can like you translate the sentences, and sometimes they ask you to say things, but then when it comes to an actual conversation with someone, it's like for me, all that stuff just goes out the window. I'm like, I can't remember anything. So I honestly have so much respect for people who learn a language.
Okay, so when you are learning a language like you were learning French, so do you get people to speak with easily or not over there at your place?
Oh, no one speaks French here.
Okay, so then it would be very difficult for you to practice it when you are
Right.
learning language.
Yeah. What about you? Tell me about yourself. You've been asking me a lot of questions, but I don't know about you.
Okay, so I'm also working here as an English trainer. I sometimes teach to my students, but still I want to work on my communication skills and want to polish little bit more. So that's
Okay.
why I came here and I'm talking to you. And
Okay.
it's really good to know about the people who are from different countries.
Yeah, for sure. Do you speak multiple languages as well?
No, I just speak two languages. My native language is Hindi, and I speak English.
Okay. I mean, that's double how many languages I speak, so.
But all my parents and everyone speaks in Hindi here. And
And
it's really difficult to speak in English here in India
is it?
because really, yes, because we don't have so many people who speak in English, so that's why it's very difficult. And some of my friends they get very demotivated as well when they are not able to speak in English, and they put a lot of efforts but they don't see any result.
Huh. That's so weird because I was talking to an Indian girl yesterday and she said the exact opposite of what you're saying right now. Yeah, she was like in India, most people speak English because you learn English in school, everything's taught in English.
If you are in big cities like Delhi, Mumbai, and when you work in offices, that time English is needed everywhere. If you are going to give any interview, then all the interviews are in English only. But if we talk about the people who are surrounding, so they don't speak in English.
Oh, okay. So
That
like,
time learning is very difficult.
okay, so like in smaller towns or villages, people don't. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what it's like here in the Czech Republic, actually. Because I mean, most people just still speak Czech, but if you go to a big city, then you'll find more people who speak English, but still difficult.
That's true. So,
Yeah.
how long have you been living in the place where you are living right now?
The Czech Republic?
Yes,
Well, I've been here for about 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
And how did you find this place?
How did I find it?
Yes.
Do you mean how do I like it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really, really nice. I love it because we live in a little town with a lake and the mountains in the background and a forest. We're like surrounded by nature. It's really beautiful here. And oh, maybe I can show you a picture of the view from our balcony. It's really
Yeah,
nice.
sure.
But
So, do you
yeah, I mean the people.
photography as well?
Sorry?
Do you do the photography as well?
I do. I mean, not professionally, but I have an Instagram page specifically for photography. I enjoy it. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of good at it, but
Wow, wonderful, wonderful view.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I definitely enjoy it, but I'm not like particularly amazing at it.
How do you spend your whole day? How the daily routine is different from ours? What are the things that you usually do?
Oh, well, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is I exercise. So I work out every morning and then I intermittent fast. So I never eat breakfast. I only
Oh,
eat lunch. So I eat at around 1 p.m. every day. So I usually have like an hour of Cambly before that. I'll exercise and make sure I drink a lot of like water and tea and stuff. And yeah, so I have a few hours of Cambly during the day. And then I also, help out doing stuff around the house, but I write songs. I have meetings with my manager, meetings with my producer, meetings with other people. So yeah, a lot of like Zoom meetings right now and planning. I spend a lot of time working on my social media, stuff like that. Yeah. What about you?
so sometimes I give online classes. Earlier, I used to teach online to some of my students, but
Hmm.
as of now, I'm studying for myself. I read some books for improving my English and to study in deep.
Okay. That's great. Do you have a family? Do you live with your family?
No, I don't live with my family because earlier I was living, but when I live with my family, so it's very difficult for me to focus on my work
Mm.
because the things are very different with family, and you are because like my family is very strict. They ask me to sleep at 10 o'clock every time
What?
whenever I'm staying, and I like to work in the night mostly. So
Uh,
I just stay here in Noida. It's place near Delhi.
okay. Okay, so you have an apartment or a house there or something.
Yes.
Okay. That's awesome. It's important to branch out and live alone sometimes.
How about your parents? How are the here? If we talk about the Indian parents, so it's very difficult to talk to them about our feelings or whatever the things we like. And how about the parents in your place?
Well, I feel like my family's quite unique because we're very mixed. My dad is black and my mom is white, and then we didn't really live in one place for very long. Born in America, grew up in Africa, now we live in Europe. So we can't say like my type of parents. We're kind of different. But I mean, the way my parents are, they're very open. They've supported my music since I was born. They're like pursue your passion and we'll support you no matter what. And yeah, it's really easy to talk with them. So
So you are passionate about singing. Then how did you came in this field of teaching?
I just do Cambly on the side to pay for my school fees for university. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so how long have you been working here?
Since I want to say like the end of 2019, like maybe November, December. Um, bef-
Okay, so
yeah, before that I was going to school in Prague and I was doing other stuff. I was working at my school cafe and I was actually teaching English to kids, but not online. It was like in person. And then I found out about Cambly. I was like, oh, so easy. I can do it from my house. I just have to talk to people. So yeah, it's really helpful. But
so how like some people are very beginners. So what are the difficulties that you face while teaching them?
Yeah, I honestly, it's not the beginners that I have a problem with per se. It's the beginners that don't want to try. Because I'll have people who, they'll listen to me and they'll repeat what I say when I ask them to, and we can even use like the Google Translate thing in the chat. I'll type in their language, they type back, we practice. But there are other people who, even though they do speak pretty good English, I'll ask them a question and all they'll say is yes or no. They'd never explain, never go into detail. And that's hard because imagine trying to do that with someone for half an hour. So
That
yeah, those are the ones that are difficult for me.
so to okay, I forgot what I was supposed
Oh
to
no,
ask
you're
you.
good. So how did you get into teaching? Because you teach English too.
Uh, like when I completed my 12th class, so I just thought that I was quite good in English. I used to write whatever the things are happening, or whenever I used to feel good or bad. So I used to write everything down in my
Hmm.
diary, and this is how I improved my English. And I used to read a lot,
Mm.
so I thought I should teach other students as well, and I just gave it a try, and now I'm totally
That's
enjoying it.
awesome. So like what age of kids do you teach?
all ages, like even the people who are double of my age, I teach them as well.
Wow.
So as of now, I'm 22 years old, and when I started teaching, I was just 19. And when I used to teach, so people were of age of 40 years, 45. So sometimes they used to judge me a lot that she is just 20 and how is she gonna teach us. So these were the challenges I used to face, but now it's completely
Okay,
fine.
that's I didn't know you were 22. I'm 21.
Okay, so I'm elder to
Yeah,
you,
a
1
little
year.
bit. Okay, and so is that like something that you hope to continue to do? Like what's your 5-year plan?
Yes, yes, I would like to continue this, and I have just started my own YouTube channel as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
Send me
Earlier,
your
like
YouTube channel.
after
I'll follow
teaching,
you.
okay, I will tell you. So it's Learn English with Upasana.
Could you maybe type that?
Okay, I will type. I will type. So I want to ask you one
Okay.
question that it's very difficult for me to remember the vocabulary words for the long
Hmm.
time. So can you suggest me something for that?
Huh. Well, you like writing, so maybe when there's a word that you're trying to remember, write it down, look at it, and try to use it a few times that day. And then the next day and the next
Oh,
day, and then it'll kind of become part of your daily vocabulary. Versus, one day you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use that word, and then you never use it again. Like make an effort to,
that's
I don't know, any sentence, just put it in there. I think that'll help stick.
that's right. And we are a trainer here in India. Then I think we need to read or learn grammar in English in a very deep manner. So does it happen with you as well that you need to is it important to know all the grammar in a deep detail or something like that?
Well, the problem with being a native English speaker is that you know all the grammar, you know where things go in sentences and how to write your sentences, but I don't know any of the actual rules or what they're called or the reason why certain words go certain places, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's something even you would know in Hindi. I mean, you know how to construct a sentence and everything, but if someone was like, "What's the name of that rule?" Like you might not be able to tell them, right? So that's kind of what it's
Is
like.
it important for a beginner to learn grammar part? Because like whosoever, like so many students I have, they don't even start learning English because they say that I don't know the grammar portion.
Hmm.
So that's the thing.
Well, honestly, I feel like the people who speak the best are actually the ones who watch the most like movies in English and TV shows in English and read in English because then you're hearing it and you're seeing it and you're hearing it correctly, versus maybe speaking to someone else who's not a native speaker, or even native speakers. Sometimes, I mean, I mess up my sentences, right? It's not going to be perfect all the time. So yeah, I think like either reading or watching is super helpful. But I wouldn't be so concerned with like, oh, I have to master my grammar first before I start speaking. It's kind of just like, just make some kind of effort, just try, and then have someone correct you when you're wrong. I think that's easier because if you like,
Yes,
if you're like, I have to perfect
even
my
the
grammar first, then you're never gonna start.
even the people who are good in grammar, when it comes to speak, they are not able to speak that time.
Right. Yeah. So
So I think
doesn't have to come first. It should probably come later, I think. Yeah.
really. And apart from singing, what else are your hobbies?
Oh,
What do you like to do in your
I
free time?
love traveling. My family and I travel a lot together. We take road trips because the Czech Republic is in the center of Europe, so it's really close to all these different countries. So on the weekend, sometimes we'll drive to Austria or drive to Hungary, and it's great. Yeah, so I really love traveling. And I
So
love, even like road trips within our country. I love trying new food, photography. I like creative writing sometimes. I've recently gotten into painting, like watercolor painting. So I like that too. Yeah, what about you?
so so in my free time, I write some Hindi
Nice.
poetries. Sometimes I write, yes, sometimes I write articles as well
Uh-huh.
in English, like whatever the thing I feel is good or not good. So I just write it down in somewhere and I post it on a
Oh,
website. I have
that's
my web.
nice.
Yes.
I like that. So you have a website and you're gonna start a YouTube channel too. Okay,
Yes,
that's so cool. Well, our time is almost up. It was really nice to meet you. Take
really it was. I really enjoyed talking to